Hello YouTube, how's everybody doing? Hope all's going well. So today's Tuesday, and on Tuesday I'd like to give you progress on the top I'm making. Well, today's going to be a totally different go about the top. So, in the pattern that I'm using, there's two rounds, which are rounds 6 and 7. Those rounds, I gotta go back and repeat rounds 2 and 3. Well, when I go back to repeat rounds 2 and 3, I then don't go to 8 and 9. I just go to 4, 5, 6, 7, which are repeatings 2 and 3. So I've made a few mistakes within the top I was making out of this red fuzzy yarn that I have shown you guys. Now this is what's left of this hank of yarn. It's not much, plus I have a full one. Those are not going to be a top. I determined this yarn is not fun to work with. Well, it's okay to work with, but I think if I was just going back and forth in a row, and it's impossible to frog because of how fuzzy it is. And besides skipping some rounds and dripping myself in the pattern and such, I somehow lost stitches throughout. So I'll show you where I did get to, and wasn't very far when I realized what I was doing. But here you guys go. That's what I got done. But if you look down between these two sets of eyelets, there's more rounds than there is in this one. So you can definitely see this section up here is thinner than down here. And I somehow, like I said, lost stitches. So I cut my ties, called it, okay, this is done. But it's not going to go to waste. Kind of fold it in half. And I can make a cowl out of it, I guess. So it's not going to go to waste. I will use it. Now, pattern calls for a 1-weight yarn. That's what this, I believe, was a 1-weight yarn. I've decided, well, with this one here, I've got to kind of measure it on me to see if the count that I roughly had was the right size for myself. Because I'm going to go to a thicker yarn, larger needle, obviously then less stitches. So what I plan on doing is taking this pattern 1 through 9, writing it down in a book properly. So on those two repeat rows, so 6 and 7, I actually write down round 6 and write down what round 2 told me to do. Round 7, write down what round 3 told me to do. And then keep track of rounds 1 through 9 so I know when to start the pattern over again. And like I said, I'm going with a thicker yarn. So I'm going to need, obviously, less stitches because thicker yarn, bigger hook. You know, if I go with the size I was going with, this thing's going to be huge. So it's going to take me some time to do some test swatches and measure it to this other one I attempted to make to see which one will fit me the best. Now, again, here I'll show you the back picture of the model wearing it, because the way it fits her, like her shape, I don't know how they get that, because there is no decreasing or anything till you get to the arm shaping section, but it fits her like an hourglass. I don't know why exactly that is, but it does. And I think in the top's going to be okay in a 4-weight yarn, I hope. So I'm going to attempt it with that new burgundy yarn I purchased recently. Maybe. I'm almost thinking maybe I should go find a 3-weight yarn instead. I don't know. Kind of thinking now, do I really want to use that yarn? Because it's a 4-weight. It's a medium 4. It's going to make for a very heavy top. And originally I bought that burgundy to make a cardigan. So we may scratch this top for the time being. And I may go looking for a cardigan instead. Because that's what I bought that yarn for. And like I said, it is a thicker yarn. And I think for a t-shirt of this style with eyelets, holes or whatever in it, this yarn is going to be too thick. It's going to be too warm to wear as a t-shirt in the summer months. I even have a tank top saved that I want to make. And the same thing, I'm pretty sure that tank calls for a 2-3 weight yarn, maybe even a 1, I don't know. So I'm thinking I'm going to hold off actually making this top now that I've kind of sat there and thought about it. Because I think that other yarn is going to be too thick. But I am still going to write it out and put the written out piece of paper in with this pattern in the clear sleeve I have. So that I know for when I do go to make this top, I realize, oh yes, okay, we got to do this or this is going to happen. And we don't want to go down that road again. So yeah, that's the update on my top. Unfortunately, no real progress thinking of that. I do believe I have a stitch marker on here. Oh no, I used the yarn stitch marker. Yeah, so there's no actual stitch marker. Stitch marker, it's a yarn one. So I don't need to worry about taking that out. But I'm thinking I need to figure out a different yarn. Maybe a couple Karen Skinny Cakes. Although our Karen Skinny Cakes went up in price. I saw that the other day. They went from $14.99 Canadian to $16.99. I know the $14.99 with a 40% coupon, and then taxes brought it down to $10.16. I don't know how much it will be with a 40% coupon on a $16, because $2 more. So that'd only bring it. I'd have to sit there and do the math. I know how to do it because I know 40% on $1 is 40 cents. So on $2 it'd be 80 cents. So I don't know. Anyways, I drew a blank there, guys. I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah, that's my top. For the lack thereof, it became a cowl out of the blue. Hopefully next week I will have a cardigan started, because like I said, I know that's what I bought that other yarn for, was for a cardigan. So now I gotta go searching for a cardigan. I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna end up making next. Even though, yes, the warmer weather's coming. Yes, I did want to do a few more summer tops. But not happening. Just not happening right now. Like I said, I gotta figure out the pricing on that yarn. And maybe place an order for this weekend to pick up some if I can. And determine then if I'm going to get started on this top or if I'm going to get started on a different top. Because I have another one in mind. And I haven't looked at it in a while, so I don't know if it tells me what size weight yarn calls for and if that yarn will work for it. So I can honestly say with this pattern, which I got out of a magazine, so I don't know where you'd be able to find it other than there. I've never looked for it. But at least this pattern in the materials and, your list of items you'll need and how to size it and so on and so on, it at least tells you the yarn size. I find a lot of patterns, they'll tell you the yarn they used. And if A, that yarn is no longer available, or B, I've never used it, I don't know what weight that yarn is. Yeah, I know I could do the test swatch and kind of try to figure out what matches. But it's more of a pain in my butt. So anyways, guys, I've kept you long enough. I am sorry there isn't more of an update for this top. I was really excited about it. This yarn is not going to go to waste, though. Like I said, a full skein plus that little bit. I'm going to actually hold on to it. Wait to see maybe what next month's stitch is for my one make-along. And then see who our creator spotlight is for that month. And maybe see if I can whip out a quick baby blanket. I don't know if I would be able to or not. But I'm thinking turning this into, well, probably be more of, see, I don't know, because it's got wool in it. I know it does. It's not like super itchy, but it does feel like there's wool content. I'm thinking, do I really want to make a blanket out of it? I really don't know what to do with this yarn. And like I said, I got a full skein, and it's a big, good size skein. Here's the partial. And you can see there's not much there. And there's the full one. There is a lot of yardage in this. And being a one weight yarn, a lot of yardage. So, but to do like a top out of it or something because of the fuzzies and I don't know. I still would like to make a top with it. But at the same time, I could always try that other top. I'm thinking of the tank top that I want to make. Try and make it out of this. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I did know this yarn will not go to waste. I will find a project for it. Even if it's some kind of a light throw. I wouldn't put it on my couch because I don't know if you can tell in the pictures. My couch is like a deep green and this bright red blanket on it would not look right. I know for a fact that it would not work. But it will not go to waste. But anyways, guys, thank you for stopping by. If you'd like to see what I do come up with for Top Tuesdays and you're new to my channel or see what other themed days I have and what I make, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Turn on the notifications. It's free to you guys. And I don't mind having you as one of my followers. So please take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.